battle the soundbars, featuring JBL with its bass that slaps harder than a Will Smith song. We'll put it up to the test with an LG soundbar that, hopefully, like its washers, will do a great job mixing, but won't sound washed out. We're going to test two different soundbars. We're going to test the JBL 2.1 with the deep bass, and then we're also going to test the LG 3.1 S65Q soundbar. So the reason why I'm testing these two soundbars is that they're both about $250, and I'm not getting paid for this video by any brand. So to be real, I'm cheap, but I also realize that you do get what you pay for. So I'm sticking to about the $200 to $300 price range. So you can pick up both of these soundbars for about $250 as of right now, 2022. The LG soundbar, which is this one right over here, has 3 channels. There is a left and a right channel, and as well as a center channel for vocals, allegedly. And then there's the JBL soundbar, which is only a 2 channel, so you have a left and a right channel, no center channel, but you do have this much beefier subwoofer, so we'll see how that plays into some of their tests. Not only am I gonna do some sound tests, but we're also gonna put this through a jackery because the kind of nerdy engineering side of me just wants to see how many watts are these two systems really going to need. Is the LG really going to put out 420 watts of power? You might find out, and so might the neighbors. So let's start off with the physical aspects. So again, this gunmetal gray, this set is the JBL, and then the black set right there is the LG. A bit closer, we can see, of course, the JBL has a much flatter speaker, and I actually like the way this subwoofer looks on the JBL. It's just nice and clean, smooth, and symmetrical. This, has this weird little crease right there. I don't get it. I think it should have just been flat. And I also like the surface area on here because I actually like to put stuff on top of the subwoofer. Yeah, probably a bad habit, but I still like charging phones or putting just things on it. I also like how the JBL has just this nice, smooth plastic finish. Yes, the LG feels more premium with this cloth right there, and actually feels a little bit more dense, but the cloth is really hard to get that dust off. So as it starts accumulating dirt and dust, you're stuck with it. Whereas the JBL, you can just kind of wipe it off really nicely. It will always stay shiny and clean. Another note is that this JBL soundbar just physically feels lighter. Don't know if that's indicative of quality, although I typically tend to feel that way. I just feel like heavier is more, especially when it comes to speakers. Maybe I'm wrong, and the LG will be heavier. Here's another detail that might seem like a small detail, but it can be significant, especially if you are a pet owner. So the JBL uses this type of adapter. You've probably seen it all over the place. Just really nice thick cable, plugs in, okay? Whereas the LG uses a barrel adapter, and it has a very thin, see right here, very thin cable that does go back into the power block. But if you have a cat or any pets that chew through wires, I mean, this is so easy to cut through, and I've actually had cats destroy cables just like this. So I actually do like the JBL having this nice thick cable instead. When I turn the LG soundbar on, drum roll. Oh, that's right. Oh, maybe I just turned it off. Let's turn it back on again. Here we are. We're back on. That should start being solid green. There it is. And now we're in Bluetooth mode. That's how I'm going to be testing with my phone. What's interesting with the LG is that it typically does not connect automatically, even when it's turned on. I actually have to go into my Bluetooth settings to connect. So that part is a little bit annoying. I've noticed that for the first day and a half that I've had to connect this every single time that I turn this off. To give you guys an idea for the setup, today we're gonna be launching these in a apartment. And this is about about 400 square foot size living room and dining area. As you can see, we focus on minimalism because all you really need in life are food, sleep, and music. And you can actually hear the echo already from this room. So this is definitely much more of an empty space than a typical living room is gonna be, or your home theater room if you're lucky enough to have such a room in your house. So just keep that in mind when you're listening to this. It's gonna sound a little hollow. Plus, I was thinking about using this Shure mic to capture the audio, but I opted, you know what, let's just use the microphone built into this iPhone. Should be just fine, provided that you're listening to this hopefully on some quality headphones or an already established speaker system. Because if you're listening to this on just your phone speaker or an iPad speaker, well, probably not gonna be a very accurate test when you're listening to it. All right, first test will be with a little bit of rock. Okay, so with the JBL, I feel like the bass, it's not that it's too much, but rather that the bass kicks in when it's unexpected. Like there'll just be like this rumbling in a part of the song that I'm not expecting. So it sounds almost as if I need to look outside for, is there a thunderstorm coming, or is there really a T-Rex that's approaching? Like it's just distracting, if not maybe a little bit annoying at times too. Whereas with the LG soundbar, the bass kicks when it's needed. So whether it's a drum kick, or if it's a part of the song that's bassy, that's when you hear it. This is just bassy all the time. Yo, Duel of the Fates sounds so good with this JBL subwoofer. I mean, you could just like feel those lightsabers just going zzz, right at you. Yeah, so if you're into movies, I can see the JBL being the sound system that you'd prefer. Whereas on the LG, I feel like for music overall, I really like the clarity of the vocals. It has more of that kind of virtual surround. Kind of feels like you're in a music hall with the LG. So great mids, great treble. Whereas the JBL, like Meghan Trainor, all about that bass.
I'm on vacation every single day, 'cause I love my occupation. I'm on vacation every single day, every single day. Every single day, every single day. Every single day, every single day.
And just for kicks, let's test out a UE Mega Boom which at the time that I bought it was about $250 as well.
Single day, every single day, every single day, every single day,
Now that is not that bad, which is why, of course, I've been using this for the last 5 years. It sounds great for its size. All right, so this is gonna be the fun part of the sound test, where I'm gonna actually take sound bars. Let me turn it off though. And I'm gonna test how much watts are they using. And actually I'll do it with the subwoofer. So start off with the sub, turn this back on. And you might even notice that there is no light that shows that it's connected, and I'm actually okay, and I actually prefer that. It's a lot cleaner looking than the LG. The amount of bass this is producing, this is incredible. We're only using 9 watts. All right, now I'm gonna connect the soundbar itself.
vacation, every single day, every single day.
Same, so 9 watts. So in total, these two use about 20 watts of power. Incredible. So the LG is using about 9 watts. And yes, we are getting bass. All right, so for the LG, we're using 12. So the LG uses slightly more power, and that's probably because of that center driver that it's got. One interesting thing to note about these two sound systems is that even though they are 300 and 420 watt systems respectively, they only use about 25 watts of power on average when you're just listening at normal levels. So interesting, huh?